Tēnā tātou katoa, good evening. Chris Hipkins is named as new police minister. It's not so much a whodunit as it is a who is it. Even the Prime Minister didn't seem to know a lot about Ginny Andersen, who's replacing Stuart Nash.
He said she was suitable because she'd worked with the police for 10 years, but he wasn't sure what she did. Here's political editor Jenna Lynch.
New Zealand, meet Ginny from the Hut.
I've got the same haircut as I did when I was 12.
Now, the Honourable Ginny Andersen, your new Minister of Police.
When I've looked at what I want to see from the Minister of Police, I think she's very well suited to take up that role.
The Prime Minister forced to find a replacement for Stuart Nash, who resigned his police portfolio last week after admitting to inappropriately contacting the Police Commissioner about a court case. Reaching near the bottom of the cabinet to one of his most inexperienced ministers.
Hello.
To train up fast.
25, 26.
And dive headfirst into a problem portfolio.
What does that say about your priorities around crime?
It doesn't say anything about our priorities around crime. I can provide an absolute reassurance that law and order and crime will continue to be a key area of focus for the government.
Labor's been playing pass the parcel with police since elected. Stuart Nash held the role for the 2017 term, replaced by Portal Williams when Labor won in 2020. She became victim of the ram raid spree. Her failure to handle the heat saw her turfed out for the old Mr. Fix-It Hipkins in June last year. His ascension to Prime Minister saw Nash get back his dream job. 43 days in, the baton passed to Megan Woods for a week, while Hipkins found his hopefully more permanent minister, Ginny Andersen, meaning it's passed through 5 pairs of hands in less than a year.
It is a big portfolio and I have confidence in Ginny and her ability to tackle it.
That confidence coming from Andersen's time working for police for 10 years. While familiar with the crime scene,
Please get in contact with Crime Stoppers.
she wasn't a sworn officer,
This is my husband, Jeff.
though her husband was. PM not so sure on the detail of what she actually did at police.
I haven't got them in front of me, so I'll get you the...
You don't know.
I haven't got the details in front of me, but I will get them.
So you chose a police minister based on her having experience in the police, but you don't know what she did at
I
police?
think having a decade working at the police means that she will understand how the police operate.
He knows what she's got to do, though, tackle the retail crime crisis. A graph contained in the briefing to the incoming minister reveals how quickly the ram raid epidemic spread, rising from an average of 10 a month 5 years ago to an average of 72 a month last year, a 7-fold increase.
Retail crime is clearly an important area of priority.
The PM hoping the latest in a long line of police ministers nails it.
Oh, Jenna joins us now. Kia ora, Jenna. So what did Ginny Andersen do with the police?
She might seem like a bit of a bolt out of the blue for the boys in blue, but Ginny Andersen was a policy manager over at police where she had a main focus on gangs, organised crime and methamphetamine. In fact, she was even seconded over here to the Beehive during the John Key era to work on his tackling methamphetamine action plan. Speaking to those close to police, there is a sense of optimism around Ginny Andersen, not just because of her work with them, but also her work as the chair of the Justice Select Committee. I'm told that she understands the organisation well and can very much hold her own.
And Jenna, the Prime Minister wants a crackdown on government agencies using lobbyists.
Yes, of sorts. Chris Hipkins was disturbed by revelations this morning that government agencies are spending hundreds of thousands on external crisis comms to deal with sort of day-to-day media queries. He's ordered his ministers to go away and tell all of their agencies that he does not want that happening. When it comes to the more general consternation around lobbyists and particularly our lack of rules around them, for instance, Australia has a stand-down period of 18 months before former ministers can get into the lobbying industry, whereas New Zealand doesn't have any such rules. Hipkins actually defended the lobbying industry, saying they're just like regular New Zealanders.
Again, you have to look at it on a case-by-case basis. I don't think that lobbyists necessarily get preferred access. I don't think they necessarily get access that other members of the public can't get. In many cases, they're simply providing a flow of information that can be quite useful.
That, of course, is utter tosh. On a practical level, lobbyists have swipe card access to this building, which general members of the public certainly do not have. And then there's the access to the information that they have and the access to ministers that they have that comes nowhere near your average New Zealander's level of access.
Political editor Jenna Lynch, Tēnā koe.